You better wake it on up and come on this morning. It's a beautiful day to be empowered, a
Yeah.
beautiful day to say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it. That's what I'm talking about. While she all in the background making all the noise and everything, we're going to rejoice and be glad in this day because I'm telling you, it's a brand new day with a brand new fresh mercy. So look at you. You came on back and still look cute.
Yes.
Because the devil was
It's
trying to, make you, be all in the background like it was going to be a problem. But what we say is not today. Not
no,
today. You're going to try it, but guess what? You won't get me caught up in the foolishness today. You won't get me
no.
caught up in the drama today, the unbelief today. I'm all about stepping into what God has for me and good morning. Good morning. It's so good to see
Yes.
you this morning. Listen, I'm excited because y'all know the Becoming Her conference is coming up. Honey, not even the conference, the Becoming Her experience. And the day,
Yes.
I'm,
Patricia
I'm
and
so
Phyllis,
excited.
are y'all gonna get to come?
They will look, I've already called the both of them. They have other things scheduled. I told you
Oh,
April
dang.
25th is such a busy day for a lot of people. But guess who will be in the building? Tanya's gonna be in the building. So we excited about her.
Tanya!
Yay!
I'm
Excited about
telling
that.
you. I'm telling you, it's going to be an experience. I had a dream about it the other day because whenever you're doing something, you like God, let it be exact. And this is not what you want to miss. Because it's not many times that you get in a room of that size, of that much heart, like that many people heart. I'm telling you, it's just gonna be a learning experience. It's gonna be an experience of a
Good morning, Kelly.
lifetime. Good morning, Kelly. It's God said, I got you. Like I'm telling you, he's not setting this up for just because let's do an event.
Oh, for sure not. Because y'all know, just to recap for Tanya, because I know you don't always get a chance to catch the show. But this year, 2026, we have purpose in our minds and in our hearts to let the Holy Spirit lead us to heal for real this time. And
Yeah.
a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm good, I'm fine." You hear that, "Oh, all is well," but is it really? A lot of times we say stuff, but we don't even realize some of the underlying things that we deal with until something triggers it, and then you realize
Yes.
I'm not healed from that. I'm still upset about something somebody said to me when I was 16. I'm still upset
Yes.
about that person that I thought we were going to be together forever and they up and left me at 28. I'm still
Yes.
upset because at 40, I thought I was doing a great job. I thought my skill set was on point. I thought God had positioned me to be here and they didn't appreciate me. They overlooked me for the promotion. They did whatever. These are things
Yes.
that we can go back and say, oh my God, I thought I was delivered from that, or I had moved on, or I had said, hey, not my loss, your loss. When in reality, I just pushed down some feelings and never really dealt with it. Just kept going on because, as they say, life be lifing. But at the end of the day, we know God be guiding too. And
We
sometimes when we think
Amen.
that it's the worst thing that can happen, sometimes just
Can
the
be
best thing
turned
that can
out
happen,
to be that's
the
every
best
time
thing.
though. The
It is,
worst
because when
thing.
you trust God, you know that. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans I have for you. God wants us to be prosperous. He wants us to have a good end. He wants it, when he created everything, he said it is good. So
It
why
is
would that
good.
not apply to us? Why do you not think that God has something good for you?
Yeah, and it's
No
just
matter
sitting
what it
there.
looks like, all things work together for your good. So even in the chaos and the trauma and the drama and the dysfunction and the toxic environments, something in that is working out for your good. It's building your character. You know how we say, I'm built
Mm-hmm.
for this.
Mm-hmm.
God created us. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. So you are built to
For this.
handle whatever comes your way, but you gotta trust the process. You have to have faith and trust in the process. So, Sparkle, yesterday, I believe you posted something that was about trust. And let's break that down because I feel like it's just so good for, like Esther, for such a time as this. Because I think for a lot of people, this is a very trying time. They are really,
It is.
kind of
It's so
going.
many people right now that I feel like they're going through some things. Like they're pushing through. When you talk to people, they're like, this is going on, this is going on. It's
Mhm.
like the world is heavy right now. And
It is.
it's like people are just, and it's like crazy. Like we thought that was crazy. Then something else happened, and like, that's
Mhm.
crazy. Like, why would people do that? Or why would people even, like, where's people mental thing? But people are going through life. So at this point in your life, you have to trust like you never trusted before. Like it's an upgrade type of trust. You got
Yes.
to take some steps. I mean, I'm gonna break down the word trust because when you think
Mhm.
about trust, I don't want you to just think about, oh, I trust the Lord, I trust God. No, I want you to feel, okay, these are some actions that I must take in the trust. Take the step.
Wait a minute, Sparkle. You know what? I just realized. Y'all know how we always say the Holy Spirit will really be leading our show
Mm-hmm.
because we don't know before we get on here what we're going to talk about. And Sparkle shared a story with me, and I was like, yeah, we should. No, we're not going to talk about that. Good morning, Cynthia. But at the same time, you know what? You just set it up to talk about you don't know what's going to happen. People are going through, and
You
because they're
don't.
going through, the behavior that people do sometimes are direct reactions from what they're going through. And it causes them to do some crazy, foolish,
So I have to
unbelievable
tell what
things.
I just, yes.
So share the story because honestly, that sets up why we should trust, how we go through the steps of trusting. Because even though this is a situation that you never would think would happen to you, at the same time, God turned that thing around.
Yes. Good morning, Cynthia. Like, okay, so I'm not talking about who you are now, even though you probably still have some of those characteristics. But you know, when you're upset with life, do you remember that time when you was just upset with life? And when you're that upset with life, it's like you can't even think. You're like, your responses are ugly. You're not. You walk through the door. You ain't trying to hold no door for nobody. You're
Right.
just in this box of your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
my friend, he was telling me the other night. He worked late, like he works a lot. He got off work really late. I think he said I got off work at like 11 o'clock. He decided to stop at Burger King because he just needed something to eat, and it was close by his house. Very convenient. Let me just run. I don't want it, but let me go to Burger King. He orders a Whopper. He orders no onions, like, he's special. So he did a special type of order. So when he ordered it, he paid for it. And the guy said, drive up. He said, I'm really too tired for that. Ain't nobody behind me. Can I just stay right here while I'm waiting on my order? And they got mad about it. Like he was wanting to just pull. They wanted him to pull up, and he was like, "If a car come behind me, I'll move up." The man was working like the he was the cook, the cashier, so he was running around the whole thing. And he said, "Man, I just said pull up." And he said, "Man, I'm tired. I just gotta work. Just let me sit here." And he was like, "Fine." Then he slams the door. And he pulls on up when guys say, just pull up. Like it ain't that big a deal, just pull up. So he pulls up. So this guy brings out his food, and when he brings out his food, he giggling, he laughing. He like, "What's so funny?" He was like, "Hey man, here go your food. Here go your food." He said he heard him like it. So as he's rolling the window, he said, "Cause he just spit in his food," and he busts out laughing real loud. He said, "I don't know if he wanted me to hear him, but I feel like he wanted me to hear him." So he was like, "Hold on, what you say?" He was like, "I ain't say nothing. What? You said that man spit in my food." And he was like, "Well, he's just laughing." He was like, "These are some little young guys, just can't hold it." He goes in to he decides, "I'm parking my car right now and I'm gonna walk in here," and I'm like, "I want a refund." Man, White, he walks in there to the cashier and says, "I want a refund." She was like, "Why do you want a refund?" And the guy that did it is sitting like peeping around, like, "Oh, he ain't came in here. Why he come in here?" Like he said, "Cause he spit in my food." He said, "Man, I ain't spit in your food. I ain't spit in your food." He was like, "Yes, you did." He was like, "How you gonna start spitting your food?" And he points to the guy. He said, "Cause he said you did." And everybody just busts out laughing. Like it's a joke
Wow.
again. And he
Wow.
says, he goes back and forth. The cook comes around and was like, "I said I didn't spit in your food." And he said, "You did spit in my food. And I just want to know why you spit in the food. Man, that's not cool. You don't do people like that." Da 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 da. So finally, the little boy breaks down. It's like, "Man, I'm just tired. I'm 19 years old. I'm working. Nobody in my house works except for me. And I'm trying to figure out how to make life. And my mama's sitting on the couch. My daddy's sitting on the couch. And I'm the one out here like trying to make it happen. And I'm only 19. I want to go to school, but I got to work." Like he's pouring out his heart to this guy
Wow.
from the
Mhm.
same person that he just spit his food out to. My friend reaches in his pocket and hands him $400. Hands him $400. Like this makes 0 cents, right? Makes no sense. He hands him four $100 bills. He said,
Mhm.
"I don't know why I'm at work, but right before I went to work, God had me go to the ATM." And I'm like, why am I having this cash? But he was like, "Okay, maybe because some stuff going on, da 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 da." He hands him the $400. And when he hands him the $400, the little boy just busts out crying. He's crying, like slobbing crying. And he said,
Wow.
what is it? What is it? He was like, "This $400 is the exact amount that we needed to make our week this month. This to make the week or whatever. $400 is what we needed."
Wow.
He's like, "It was what?" He was like, "Exactly $400. Like, this is what I needed to give to my mama so that we could pay the rest of our rent." And
Wow.
he was like, "God, I thank you." They walk out. So 2 days later, my friend goes to his mailbox and he has a $600 check in the mail from Progressive Insurance that said that he overpaid his insurance by
Wow.
600. It was $625 to be exact. He has
Wow.
$625 in his mailbox, and Progressive says that he overpaid his insurance. He said he was like, "Sparkle, I've been living at this house for how many years? I ain't never paid over no 600. Like, come on, $600, 625." He's like, then he thought about the $400, and he was like, "Wow, I gave 400. In return, he gave him $625. Well,
Wow.
yesterday he went back to Burger King and he said, "Thank you for allowing me to thank you for the actions, even though it didn't act the way it want to. You have a brother now. Like, I want to be here for you. I want to talk with you because God is so good." So in the chaos, when he would have punched him out because
Right.
he
Right.
said, "Oh," he said, "literally, the reason why I did not slap him because I don't even think I had the strength to slap him. Like I was that dead tired that I think I didn't have the strength."
Entire process, because you started off saying that people are going through a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we're looking at, I mean, this is a case of somebody, being angry that somebody, didn't do what they said. So he just spits in the man's food unnecessarily. Because you think about, sometimes people get caught up in things that have nothing to do with them. Somebody's
Nothing.
having a bad day and they cut you off on the road. And next thing you know, because of road rage, somebody gets killed. Or you know how they talk about people going postal, they just come in and just shoot up
Yes.
a place. You don't know what people are going through. And a lot of times it is financial issues. It is because the money is not matching the bills, or you're tired, you're overwhelmed. It's just things that go on. Or you think about the mother who, the baby's hungry and so she goes in and steals the pampers or steals some food or whatever. You don't know, but come on, Miss Patricia, and preach it, baby. God
You
already had a
don't
plan for that
know.
young man. It was a set up.
It was
And
a
that is the reality that we got to understand, that when you serve God, when you put your trust in God, when you know God is for you no matter what the enemy means for evil, the young man spitted in his food. He could have went on off. He could have just been like, little dude laughing and just went on about his business and been mad because they taking so long. And that could have happened to him. But God said, not mine.
no. You're
No,
not gonna
he's
get to
not going
just
to be
spit
an
in mine like
influencer.
that.
No, because he's an influencer. He can make an impact. He's the kind of man that this young man needs in his life. So I
Mhm.
used something that could have went a different direction, but because he trusts me, because he said, I don't know why I'm pulling this money out of the bank right now, but I'm gonna go on and get it.
I'm gonna go.
To set something up to be, because I don't know. Good morning, Farika. How many people have been in situations where somebody comes through for you at the right moment, at the right time, in order to bless you, and you just trying to figure out, I don't know where it's coming from. You at your wit's end. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. And this man, what you turned around and did an ugly action, turned around and worked
And
out.
turn and ended up being everything that you needed it to be. Because in this process, he was able to get the money for their living expenses.
Mhm.
You was able to gain a brotherhood that can help. Look,
Come on, stream, y'all. I'll always be in your favor.
was able to gain a brothership. You just need
Yes.
somebody to be on your side. He Now when you get him, he told him, when you get in these places in your life where you so mad at the world, I need you to pick up the phone and call me, because that's not what God has for you. And if you want to go to school, God will send you to school. It was just so many levels. I know, right? I know, right? I know, right? It's so many levels of a blessing that turned into. But should have in our mind though, we like, oh, I know it's going down. Oh, I know he getting ready to hurt. Burger King getting ready to be shot up. I know, right?
Baby, somebody
Bur-
call the police because I'm about to go and tear up some stuff.
Burger King is getting ready to be shot up. And in his mind, he was like, I'm not even gonna lie, when I turned that car around and I put that car in park, I went in there to show out. I did. I went in there to show out because the audacity you have.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm just saying that the reality is, for someone to spit in your food, in your
On
drink,
you,
on you, that is probably one of the highest levels of anger
Chris.
that you can put somebody in, of doing to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how the audacity of you to spit anywhere that has anything to do with me can set you off on a whole different level. But when you think about the goodness of God and how he loves you, God is always going to make sure you're good, from seen and unseen things. Do y'all know the reality that God protects us? We sometimes will never know some of the things that God has protected us from. But you got to trust. So that's why to step that all up, going into breaking down the trust factor about God, because the bottom line is, you got to trust that God is for you, not against you. You got to trust that
Yeah,
no matter what happens in life, God's already worked it out. So you don't have to do anything but just show up and continue to trust that everything that is happening is working out for your
for
good.
me. And when somebody do something wrong to you, you still gotta trust God that even though somebody, like, they were dead wrong. I didn't do nothing to this person to receive this type of action. That's
Right.
when you have to kick in your trust. That means take the step to trust. It's a step walk. You trusting God is not, oh, I trust him and you go on and you move on with your life. No, every second, every moment, even when your mind tells you to do something crazy, you got to say, I trust God. Like, you got to put it on repeat because you have to take the step. So the T is for take the step. R is the risk of the unknown. I don't know how this is going to unfold. The picture that I had in my vision is not the picture that look. This
Absolutely.
picture is real blurry. I can't even see who this person is.
Exactly.
I and you know they say write the vision and make it plain. At
Yeah.
this point in my life, I don't even know the vision. I just want out of this situation.
I
I
can't even
don't know.
see where it's going. And you know what that makes me think of? Y'all know a lot of times when we talk about Dr. Martin Luther King, and they always talk about, they put a staircase, and he says, you just got to take the step. You don't see where the staircase is going. You don't know what's happening, but you got to take a step and take a step and take a
And
step.
take
You
a
got to
step
risk the unknown because you don't know. A lot of times we just moving on autopilot. We just moving out of sheer God and just do it. Do it for me. But you don't know what that looks like. You don't know
down.
what's going to happen on your faith walk. You don't know what's going to happen on your trust walk. You don't know what's going to happen when you ask God, God, I need more patience. I need more discipline. I need more. That you think is easy, but you don't know the trials and tribulations that you're going to go through in order to be able to have that
To
happen in your
receive
life.
that.
To get,
To,
what I'm saying? When you say, God, I need more patience, what if your patience is going through some illness? What if
yeah.
your patience is losing some people that you
Because you
love?
don't get to choose which one
You
it
don't get to
is.
choose it.
It's not
You
like,
don't get to choose.
okay, God give you three choices. Like, which one? You can either be sick, or you can go through a divorce, or somebody can pass away. Like, he don't say, okay, Sparkle, which one would you like to choose?
Right.
A, B, or C, whichever the box. We don't get to choose our battles, but we get to choose our actions. We get to
Yes.
choose how I respond to it. And when things hit you, no, the first thing that comes to your mind is not always, oh, I trust God. But once you receive it, you have no other choice but to say, God, I trust you. I don't know the unknown. I don't know how I'm gonna get the money. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm gonna take the risk. It's a risk taker. When people stockers, when they buy stock and they invest their money, they're taking a risk. They don't know if they're gonna make a profit or if they're not gonna make a profit.
Right.
So you
Right.
need to know that I know this one, I'm gonna make a profit. It might not end up the way I want it to, but it's gonna work out for my good because you are covered. Who's covered? I'm covered, regardless of
Tell
what's
you,
happening.
you have got to know without a shadow of a doubt. Y'all know we talk all the time about I believe God. I believe God. I
Yes.
believe God. So I'll just even back it up to say that, I was traveling over the weekend, headed to Orlando. And the person that we actually drove in, so we were driving and heard this noise. And we're like, what is that? Oh my God, it was making so much noise. So underneath the car is I guess like a little metal plate that kind of prevents, like the water or debris from
Okay.
getting into the engine or whatever. So the screws that came loose, right? So it was scrubbing against the interstate as we were driving. So we
Mm,
were maybe about 3 miles from an exit, get off at an exit at a travel center. So, my friend calls AAA. Y'all know AAA takes forever, right? And there's certain
yes.
things she's trying to do it online. And it was asking, so she's like, well, I really need to talk to somebody so I can explain what it is because these things they're asking me, I don't know if I need a tow. I really don't know what it is. We just looked up on there and saw something hanging. No, check engine
Yeah.
light came on. None of the
None
timing.
of that. Okay.
None of
None
it
of the
came
warning
on, so we
signs.
really didn't know. But at the same time, it looked like, okay, this thing looked like it fell down. Can we still drive it? Or what's going to happen? Will it pull off what? Whatever. So we wait. I call a mobile mechanic, right? Mobile mechanic said, hey, he was saying, let me get back with you. I'll let you know if I can, how quickly I can go. I go to the travel center. I ask the people, we're not from here. Do y'all have somebody? Because we just had an issue. She said next door is a tire center
Okay.
for these big
Next
trucks,
door.
right? Right next door. So I walked on across there, told the man, I said, hey, this is what happened. Can you all help us or look at it? He said, you know what, if my guys are on business, we'll have somebody look. We go around, pull the car around. He looks up on there. He said, hey, you know what? It looks pretty simple. I've got some zip ties. We'll zip it up. And then, you're going to be good to get to wherever you got to go, right? He zips it on, put the zip ties in there, puts those. So my friend said, well, how much we owe you? He said, nothing. He said, just pay it.
Wow.
So we were like, okay, cool. So we go on down to, the Honda place once we got to the city close to where we were going, right? Because she said she had gotten an inspection ahead of time. So something must have happened. Maybe they didn't screw something in tight or whatever. So we go in there. And I told her, I said, when we get in here, watch, they're going to fix it and they're not going to charge you anything. I
Yep.
got in there. When the lady brought the keys back, she said, okay, so where do I need to go to pay? She said, girl, go ahead. Y'all have a great day. Be blessed. When you believe God,
When
when
you
you
trust
live
him.
your life trusting God, when you know that God got my back, babe, when I tell you that God is so good to me, I don't walk in any other thing that it's going to work out for my good, that it's
I,
always in my favor.
it's going to
I
work
don't
out for
care
my
what it
good.
looks like, because it could have been something different. It could have been a blowout. It could have been anything. We were right there by an exit, right there by a place to get
Or
a service.
Angela, it could have been y'all like, dang, stuff's always going on. Oh, I'm trying to get here and just gonna mess up our whole look. Like you could
Yes.
have just started just
None of that. I said, because what I do know is God always, what is it? God don't play about me.
God
When you
don't
get
play
that in your
about me.
spirit, I already know it doesn't matter what happens because God doesn't play about me. So he's going to make sure I'm looked out for. He's going to make sure I'm taken care of. He's going to make sure it works out for my favor because we trust God. And the expectation of any situation is always that, oh, it's going to work out. Point
It's
blank,
going
period.
to work
Point
out.
blank, period. I'm gonna get to Chantel because she said, wow, Sparkle, your friend really passed the test. Those co-workers and that young man will never forget this. Your friend extended true grace in this situation, and just look at the blessing he received in the mailbox that he wasn't even expecting. That's just how God
That's
works.
just how God,
That's just how
because
God
that's how
sets
you
you up.
know God will like it, he subtracted, but then he multiplied him. It wasn't no like just I'm gonna give you 400 back exactly. God rewards us for our good behavior, for our good decisions, and he trusted. You know what? I want to do one thing, God. I do. I ain't even gonna tell you no lie. I want to do one thing, but God, you too good for me to show out in these furniture. This look like what it look like. What I look like. Come in here, broad day. I mean, night. They man comes from work, shoots a man up because he was like, I had my gun on me, my gun in the car. No, he was like, but when I got in the car, I did think about picking up the pistol, and he was like, God was like, boy, if you don't get out of this car, go get your money back. We ain't doing all that.
Right,
But
right.
as tired as and some people say I did it because I was tired. I was
Yes,
I was just
yes,
tired and I wasn't
yes.
thinking straight. I wasn't in the but he said it was like something came over him and he was like, no, it's something going, it's deeper than him just spitting. He said it was like, no, it has to be something. This boy didn't just decide not to spit in my food because I wasn't pulling up. That can't be the real
Right.
reason. He was like, when you kept on, and it's just like when y'all was driving. It was, y'all might have hit something, bumped into something as you was traveling, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just a bump, but that bump has taken people's lives right now. Like,
Do you know what if when she heard the pop, what if she had swerved into somebody else's lane and caused a reaction? When I tell you that Miss Patricia said God is showing himself every day, we just have to look. You have to know that God is in everything that concerns you. Everything, big or small. A lot of times we just think we got to see something big from God, but sometimes you got to know God spares you from the smallest things. God covers you. That's why, baby, I love the breakdown of trust because we've got to
yes,
trust it. With everything in you, you've got to trust God no matter what. Chantel said, this is the true testament of when they go low, you go high.
you go.
This demonstrates, despite being tired, he didn't come out of character. And that is how we should live. When you know God don't play about you, when you know God has your back, you don't have to go and act a donkey like other people do. Just because somebody
Yes.
does something, when you say the word says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, not yours. It's not our job to go back and repay somebody for what they did to you. Because God will always do it better. God will
Yes.
always make sure.
Always. You can
Always.
never outdo God. I
You
promise you.
cannot. You
It's not
cannot.
going because it's not a competition, first of all. And he's always going to do what he does. It's so funny that the next S in trust is just like I want you to think about the story on the road that Angela just said about the incident. Because S is safe in his will. You are
Say,
safe in his will.
come
I
on.
want you to talk about, think about they was on the interstate. They was trying to get somewhere. They was focused. They was following the GPS. They was laughing
Right.
and talking, just doing the thing. Like, yeah, girl, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna get some wisdom. But we gotta get some laughter in there. Boom! They hear a big noise. And God is
Can
still
you
like,
imagine being 6 hours from home thinking, what is
like
not
calling your
knowing because
husband and had to tell him, baby, I don't know what happened.
thank you. We over here stranded. He was just like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What happened? Explain to me what happened. Knowing that you can't get to me quickly, even if we run, I'm like, thank God it wasn't that we were on the side of the road and stuck right there, that we were able to make it to a place. But
to
look how
safety. He
God planned
still
us
put you
out.
in safety. Like that's like safe in his will.
Safe in his
God's
will.
will is safe, y'all. I want you to know that the hurricane can come, the earthquake can come, the storms can come, but you're safe in his will. The safest place to be is
It's in
in
the will
God's
of
will.
God.
It's in God's will.
Oh,
The safest place that you can ever go. Your mouth can't give you safety. Your actions can't give you safety. But when you trust God, it's guaranteed to be safe. You are not going to be harmed because he even said in his word, for I know the plans I have for you. We forget that circle part. He said to cause you no harm. You will not be harmed. You're going to be protected. You're going to be covered. I just need you to trust me. I just need you
that's
to trust
all.
me.
That is your assignment. Know
I
your
just need you
assignment.
to trust me.
Just trust God. That is the assignment. That's it. That's it. That's
That's
all.
it.
That's
What's
it.
the answer to I don't know? I trust God. What's the answer to what you gonna do? I'ma trust God. How you gonna be? I'ma trust God. Some people gonna think, now, girl, come on, you gotta live in reality. No, I can't live in reality. If I live in this reality and I focus on what really is going on, I
Mhm.
am now out of safety. I'm now no
Right.
longer safe.
Right.
I have
Right.
thrown myself off the boat. And now me saying I gotta figure it out. You have taken a risk of figuring it out for yourself, and it's gonna cause you harm because the
It's not going to
safest
go
place,
well for you.
it's not gonna work
But
out
you
for you.
just think when Peter got out, he wanted to walk on the water. When he
Yes.
took his eyes off Jesus, that's when he
What
started to
happened?
sink. You have got to know that when you put your trust in God, when you say, God, not my will, but your will be done. When you say, God, you got it. I'm going to give it all to you. I'm going to surrender all to you. That means that let him go and do his perfect will because that's the only place you're going to be safe in is when you say, God, let you handle this. Because, yeah, as Ms. Phil said, that is the reality. My
That
reality is
is.
trusting God. Come
That
on,
is my
Chantel.
reality.
That's that
That's
prayer
the
when you say
prayer.
before incident happens, God, give me traveling mercy. God protected you and your friend and allow strangers to bless you. The favor of God is on all of our lives. Amen. Because her
And
mama
not
prayed
only
before
did
you
you
get
get
on the
blessed
road.
one time, this is how good God made sure that you was safe. Not one time, the first place y'all stopped, they zip locked it. So they just made sure you can get to, like, I'm just going to give you enough protection, enough covering to get you to where you're going. Now, don't leave this zip lock on here. This is not for you to just, oh, this is a fixed thing. No, this is a temporary for a
Right,
moment
right, right,
until
right.
you can. So I'm saying that I'm pulling that out because sometimes, most of the time, majority, thank you, Holy Spirit, every single time, you're just in a temporary status. He just has you temporarily in this place because he has a permanent place for you. But you have to get to the permanent. And he said, just hold on a little bit longer. I just
Just
need you to
hold on.
hold on. I need you to keep trusting me. I need you to keep believing me. And let the Ziploc do what it's supposed to do. Don't outsource. Let the Ziploc stay there because it's tying it all together. So that's saying,
Girl,
God,
it is tied all together. And let me tell you how even crazier it is. So I have a cousin that lives in the area, and she was gonna come to the hotel and see us because that's what she did last year when we did to the same thing. I sent her a message say, hey, cuz I don't know. We had a little issue with the car. I don't know how long it's gonna take. We're at the dealership now. So, and I told her where we were. And she said, you were where? She said, what about you're only 15 minutes from me?
see, it don't make sense. It does not make
Like,
sense.
can you imagine having something happen with a car, getting to the place? The dealership is only 15 minutes from her place, so we were able to actually go. And I have been able to visit her home. We saw her last time she came to the hotel. When they came to the hotel last time, y'all know at these expensive resort places, it's expensive as heck to come on and park and do all these
Yes.
things. It's a crowd of people. So we were able to go and see her, spend time in her home, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy ourselves, relax a little bit. And I'm just like, look how God worked that out to where she ain't even got to go back and forth in traffic and do all this stuff to come and see us and spend a little bit of time. We actually can sit back and relax
And
and she can,
relax and enjoy the
you know
moment.
what I'm saying? And enjoy the moment, not out of any extra money, even though we've been to two people who helped us with the vehicle. It's how God sets
That
everything up. You
favor,
got to know that
favor
He's
on top
doing
of
it
favor.
out. Favor on top of favor. But you know how you just look like, what are the odds that everything happened according to how it should have?
Everything, of course. But the thing is, I want you, but it did not happen the way you thought it was supposed to happen. The way you and your friends saw it happen, your cousin was
Mm-hmm.
going to come to the resort. She was going to have to pay the fee to park because if you want to see me, this is all I can do. This is
Right,
all I can,
right, right,
how I work.
right, right,
But
right.
it wasn't your picture. God rechanged that whole
It made it
picture
better.
and made it
Made it
better
better.
and made it better. So now y'all sitting comfortably because if he would, I mean, hotels are comfortable when it's time to sleep. Let's keep when it's time to sleep. That's when the hotel is really the comfortable.
Right,
But
right.
nobody was uncomfortable. Didn't have to sit up in a chair. You can slop over. You can take off your shoes. You can just relax and feel good in the presence. Each
Yes,
one of y'all needed that love. Y'all needed
yes,
that time to
yes,
just
yes,
love on one another,
yes.
enjoy. You haven't seen your cousin in a while. So y'all was
Thank
able
you.
to just, oh, I miss you. I
Yes,
miss you too. Like,
yes. Even to the point, baby, she said, you know what? And I live 5 minutes from this lake. Drove 5 minutes to the lake and was able to look out and at the water. And when I tell you, it was just like that wouldn't have been an experience that we would have had things worked out the other direction. That was nothing we even had any, it wasn't even on our radar to do. So I'm saying that what's the T? This time is different. We
it's
got to know when
it's
we
so
say
different.
healing for real, when we talk about healing for real, this time is different. You got to stop thinking that it's status quo. Oh, it is what it is. This is all it's ever going to be. No, when you trust God, you got to know that this time is going to be different. What He has for me is for me. I'm
Yeah.
not going to move. It's not going anywhere else. It's always my blessings are coming to me because they're specifically designed for me. My promises have my name on it. God already said, I declare and decree the plans I have for you are to give you a good end.
Mm-hmm.
He has
Because
plans
that's
for
where
you
you
to be good.
can't rehearse. Like, well, last time I trust God, and this is what happened, and you go down to this memory lane. This time is different because you're different. Because yes, you said you trust Him last time, but did you really trust Him? Did you
Girl,
really?
Chantel said God's timing never disappoints. You got
Never
to always know it's always going to be right on time. He's the on time God. What's that song? He's the on time
on time,
God.
God.
Yes, He is. Yes, he is,
Yes.
but you got to know it. We're building up during this season, building up your faith, building up your trust in God, building up where you know not only in your heart, but your mind. You're in alignment now to where before you say, okay, I trust God, but there was always little doubts. There was
Uh-huh.
always little
It
fear,
was
little fear.
creepy. It
There's
was little
always
creepy.
little
It just
something,
kept on
like
coming. Like
that.
mosquito bite.
Yes. Oh, well, this is getting on my nerves. And situations now, stop letting situations take you out of character. Stop letting situations, because what you know now for a fact is God already worked it out. I don't know
Right.
how. I don't even really care how he works it out. I just know that it's going to work out in my favor. Miss Patricia
Yeah.
said that's a great example of those who refresh others, himself will be refreshed.
Will be refreshed. And
Come
it
on.
and it's a maturity thing. When you was a child, you thought like a child.
Yes.
It's the same thing with trust. When you didn't know no better, you trusted him just a little, and then you was like, "Oh, here, try to do this part. Oh, I'm gonna trust you." But then you kept on saying, "I trust God," but your actions did not line up in a trust because you over there about to fall out, crying, just God, in this trust walk, I'm just saying this extra. In our trust, God, give us peace past our own understanding. Give us the
Yeah.
peace past the understanding so I can stay at this trust level. When things come to the left or the right, let me be like Peter. Don't let me be like Peter and take my eyes off of it, but let me be like Peter and trust the process that if I stay focused, if I stay in his word, if I stay in his face, like we should be, God should know our face because we all up in it every single morning, every
Right,
single day.
right.
We like, God, I
Seeking him,
trust you though.
seeking him for all things, seeking him for every direction, for everything. When it says lean not into your own understanding, that's for a
Lean not.
reason. It's for a purpose. Because, but at the same time, you also have to know, you have to trust. Because what did it say? When you start trusting in God, when you're in alignment, you have to trust in yourself too. Because the God that you serve is a God inside you. So that's when your intuition kicks in. That's when the part of you that is like God, when He speaks to you, you know that my mom used to say, always go with your first mind, because that's the one.
Yeah,
But we
that
second guess.
that first
We
mind.
always second guessing ourselves, like, I don't know, I probably don't need to do that. That's the one. That's the voice. That's the one you need to listen to, because that's the one
You
that's going
know
to lead
it
you.
is, Angela, because that first voice is not a loud voice. It's not screaming at you. It's those other crazy voices that are so loud that you like, this can't be it. This can't be it. Because you screaming too much. You over here hollering and God is such a gentleman. He just like, this is
Let
what
me let you go on, do what you're going to do.
He's
Let me
such a
let you.
gentleman and comes to our rescue. So today I want you to include trust. I want when you talking to God, tell him continue to work on my trust walk. God, continue to have me trust past me. Not how you used to do it and how I remember. No, don't rehearse those old things. Today is different. Today is April what 14th. This is a day that we didn't even know God had it planned out for us. But since he did, God, I trust you that you allowed me to see this day. So I'm just gonna walk in trust. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna take it. I'm taking it by force. Like, no, I'm taking the trust. I want the trust box. No, I want to trust you, God. I declare to trust you and walk in your trust. And I promise you, it'll come out better than you ever could imagine.
Better
It's
than you could
not gonna
ever
make sense. It's
imagine.
not gonna make sense. It's not gonna be like A, B, C, D, E,
It's
F.
not.
No, it's
It doesn't make sense to you, but God already works it out. And the reality is, when you start healing for real, things start getting into alignment. When you start trusting God with everything inside of you, things start getting into alignment. When you give God permission to work in your life, He will blow your mind. A lot of times
well,
we
your
hold
mind.
on because we want to control, because we want to know the outcome. But it's not for you to know. It's just for you to
Mm-mm.
walk and be glad in the day. It's for you to just trust and say to God, whatever you got for me, I receive it.
I
I
receive.
believe it. And I
I trust.
thank you for it. I'm thanking you in advance for what you're giving me, how you're going to bless me, how you're going to show up for me. It's not for me. I wanted this job over here, but you was just like, uh-uh. And you may say, well, God, why did you bless me? Why? I mean, you gave me a job, but it made this job over here made more money, it's closer to my home. But
Yeah.
how do you not
It
know that
just
God will set you up and maybe set you in a position that may not pay as much, may drive you a little further, but you're going to get promoted quicker and make 3 times what you would have staying in that other place that you thought was the better
every
job
single
for you.
time.
God
Yes.
knows what we need before we even know what we need. Maybe that's where you're going to meet your significant other. Maybe that's where you're going to get, able to bless somebody else and in return
Yes.
get
And
more
the
for what more than
atmosphere.
what you
What if that
for.
atmosphere is an atmosphere that it just feels like peace? It just feel like when you walk in, all you can do is feel the peace of God.
Yes. Never underestimate what God
The
has for
power
you.
of what God has for you,
Never
because
underestimate.
it's a trust walk, and it's not a trust him for a moment. It's trusting him in every second and everything and
Yes.
everybody. Like, God, if this is not for me, I trust you so much. Just remove it. And then when he remove it, don't go over there talking about, well, God, I thought, I mean, no, your thinking is not always, is never right. So stop thinking. Let God think. Let God do it for you,
Let him
because
do it.
we will put ourselves in what we think is better.
Right.
We will pick the box that looks like it's better. StreamYard.
StreamYard, we say yes. That's that look. Absolutely. I love it. I love it.
Yes, Kelly.
Words
Go
from my
get your
ears to you
blessing.
today.
Go get
Trust
your blessing.
God. Trust God, Kelly, to lead you and put you in the position where you need to be at.
Yes.
Because Jesus said, "Not my will, but your
Yo.
will be done." Put
And you
me
are the
in
one. Kelly, you are the one. You're the one. If they want to be elevated and they want to be favored and they want to be blessed, they need you. This is, I want, when we doing all these interviews and stuff, y'all need to understand that people need you.
exactly.
They need your anointing. They don't always know that they need it, but they need your anointing. And if somebody choose not to want your anointing, that is okay. That is
It is.
okay.
It
Walk
is.
away, because someone else will appreciate what I'm going to bring to the table. So Kelly, you are the one. You are chosen for it. You are handpicked for it. Selected. God's will be done. Phyllis, God's will be done. Chantel, God will be done. Patricia, God's will be done. It will be done. It's a done deal,
It's a done deal. And
because we trust
walk in
God.
it every day when you wake up knowing that God is going to show out for me today. God is going to be good to me today. Whatever I need, I'm not missing anything because God already worked it out. And I'm telling y'all, building your trust, building your belief in God, walking in his favor, in his presence, getting closer to him. That's the assignment. So
Yes.
that you can glorify him, so that you can understand that your life will be
Me
even
too,
better
Cynthia.
the closer that you get into
I
his will
agree.
than again.
Yes.
Yes, Cynthia, that should be
Everybody,
the mantra for
when
the day. I'm
everybody get
trusting God.
off, they need to say a trust in God prayer.
I'm
Like,
trusting
just,
God. What you
I'm
doing today?
trusting God.
I'm trusting God.
I'm
I am
trusting God.
trusting God.
I'm trusting God. Stop letting
Yes,
people
Miss
make you
Phyllis,
feel like
all
you got
glory
to
to
make a
God from whom
decision.
all blessings flow through Christ Jesus. I love
Yeah.
that. I love it. I love it.
So, but I want to run through real quick. So before we end, T is for taking the step. R, risk the unknown. You are covered. S, safe in his will. T, this time is different. This time is different. It's so different. It's not going to look like it looked that last time. It's so different because God has bigger and better for you. It has been a blessed day. We have started your morning off, and this day is going to be a trusting. I believe in the testimonies after testimonies are going to come today. Somebody's going to receive that call today. Somebody's going to receive that reinsurance, because God is going to show you. I just trust me. Get up under my umbrella.
Yes.
He's like, get.
Somebody's going to the doctor today because somebody saw something on your scan and they need you to come back in. And when you get there, they're gonna say, I don't know what happened, but whatever it was is no longer there. You're gonna have a good report. Believe that. Somebody's looking for some money. They're stressed out and overwhelmed. And God
It's
says, I'm
gonna
going to
just
give you
show up.
perfect peace because what he's going to do is cancel the debt. So where you
Yeah.
felt like I didn't have the money, God going to say, I'm going to cancel the debt where you don't even need the money. That's how powerful God is. Trust him in all things, not some things, not here and there, not on a Monday, but maybe not a Tuesday. No, you trust him every day with all
Trust
things and
him,
watch him work it
God.
out for you. Watch him
Yes.
work it out for your good.
Trust him. Trust him.
Oh, she said,
Because
what was you again, Sparkle?
you you're covered. You are covered.
You. You are
Yeah.
you. You are covered.
Who
You
is
is you.
so, and even think about a umbrella. When it's raining and things are going crazy in life, you need an umbrella. Like, God, I don't need none of this to hit me. So I'm
To keep
holding this
me covered.
umbrella because I'm covered in your blood. I'm covered in you. So you are covered. Don't ever doubt if you're covered, because you are covered by the blood of Jesus. You are Jesus. We just celebrated resurrection. So we
Yes.
know what you
Yes.
know what Jesus did for us. You already know what he did for us. Yes, debt
Debt
cancellation,
cancellation, baby. Listen, them student loans, somebody gonna send you a letter in the mail this
debt
week to tell
forgiveness.
you, boom, it's canceled.
It's
You're gonna be
canceled.
looking for something, they're gonna say, I don't know how my credit went up 50 points, but baby, something happened and somebody canceled something, and God said, boom, won't I do it? He will do it, but you gotta be in the mindset that God, I trust you. It may look like
Yes.
it's going in the wrong direction, and you walk in there and they say, you know what, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this for you. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yes.
make sure that, you know what, I thought the report was looking bad, but it was an error with the machine. All
Yes.
is good with you.
I'm
This
telling
is
you,
a
it's
season. Baby,
all going to
rejoice,
work
honey.
out.
Rejoice in the things that go on and thank him in advance. Whatever you're going through, just go on and thank him in advance that he's already worked it out for your good. Because he
It's
has.
already worked out. It won't be long now, God's decree. It's all coming
Good.
together. I'm telling you, if 2026 hasn't looked like it's your best year, I need you to say, I trust God. I trust you, God. He is turning it all around. It's
Amen.
a building. He had to set you up. He set
Yes.
you up for what he had for you next. Your next
Boom.
is better than you could ever imagine.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So again, if you can, please come out to Believe Her experience. On next weekend, it's going down. We love who God has just brought us together. He
Yes.
given us
Yes.
an
Yes.
opportunity to just get some other things right. We will be back on tomorrow, Winning
Oh, and say
Wednesday.
this for everybody, just in case you didn't know, we have two events that day. So the
Yes,
morning 10 to 3 is the conference experience, and then we have a gala. So if you can't make one, do
you can make
the other.
the other.
Come on and get dressed up. Maybe you got something during the day. Come on and celebrate with us at night. I'm telling you, Tammy Hill Thomas is going to be our guest speaker. She's the world motivator. She is going to bring a word. If you come in during the day, I mean, Cynthia Lewis got a little surprise for you. She's going to be in that.
Yes, come
So I'm
on,
telling
Miss
y'all,
Lewis.
you don't know what you're going to see or what you're going to get or what you may miss. But if you can be there and be with us, because we're talking about becoming her. And as God is bringing us to who we are, he is taking us to that next level. And that's what the trust is. What was the other part on that, Sparkle? It says, God is calling you higher. He's calling us
Higher.
higher. And if you believe anything, believe that he has something in store for you at the Becoming Her Experience and Gala on April the
Yes.
25th in Marietta, Georgia.
And,
Be
and
there. I
Marietta,
know, right?
Georgia.
Cynthia, I done called you out. What you say, Cynthia? Lord, yes, come on and see what Cynthia Lewis got for us.
See what's for. I'm telling you, if you get to this place, you're guaranteed. This is a guarantee. You're guaranteed to be blessed. You're guaranteed, not no maybe. It's a guarantee that you will be blessed. But we got to get on out of here.
We
I
do.
trust God. We trust God. We trust God. Do you trust God? We trust God. Do you trust God? We trust God. We're just sitting around here trusting God. That's all.
What you doing? What you doing? Trusting God
Trust God.
all day,
How you
every day.
gonna do it? Trusting God. What's the next answer? Trusting God. Love y'all.